You are beautiful just the way you are, 50.
Coming for you all, coming for you all, coming for you all, coming for you all.
$1 billion bitch.
Yo, you look on, yo, like for real, my hands on you, yo. No. Bugging out. No. Like you lucky I don't hurt you, yo.
Are you kidding me? This house is on fire.
Just threw that apple in my face for no
Put hands on. What the?
I'm going to the county.
I look crazy to y'all.
What the hell just happened?
I feel some type of way about that situation. Like, first and foremost, keep your hands to yourself. Period. But in that scene, the look on her face was making it seem like she did that to him for a reason, because she wanted that reaction.
But this is goes back to my previous point of how a bitch can walk up into an ass whooping.
Yeah, like she was smirking or had like a devilish grin on her face as if to say, "Hi, I got you."
That's probably exactly what the hell it was. And then people want to look funny if he'd have had busted her up on her head. Like, how dare he? That's the shit that caused it. Like I said, I don't condone it. You know, for anybody watching it, no, I'm not be like, oh yeah, you know, men should be the woman's ass. But don't get it twisted. A man don't want to be hit, taunted, and all that bullshit no more than a woman does. So don't fucking do it. That's just my personal. To me, in moments like those, if I'd have been sitting there and he'd have walked over and busted her in her upper lip, I wouldn't have exactly been mad. Like, well, bitch, I mean, shit, you was begging for it. A person can only, have self-restraint for so long before they finally give you what you think you're asking for. No, I was just going to say, that's why, like when we said earlier with Savage Fenty, and they play, but it's Rihanna. I don't give a shit. Rihanna earned that ass whooping. Let's call it for what it is. I'd probably be the one person in the world to say it. The bitch earned it. This heifer here, she ought to be glad somebody grabbed him. Like, these are those situations. I do agree with Eamon. I think it was intentional to get the rise in the reaction. Yes, she was successful, but that's where you got to be careful, because at what cost?
Even though we did get a full video, who knows what kind of motherfucking edits was put on? Hello.
That's true. That's true too.
Hello, because they could have edited to make it look like, that she was enticing him. But I'm not gonna lie, she did look like, she had the evil face from even when she was just, sitting there. She had an evil face, but at the same, I also thought to myself, well, maybe she was trying to get a rise out of him because maybe there's something going on in her home and she doesn't want to be the one to open her mouth to say, hey, he's beating me, or hey, he's hitting me. And this was her way to push him to the edge to get him to speak and put himself in harm's way. Well, to prove to the world that he is an abuser.
But as a woman, that's not what I had seen. Like I said, there could be edits, and that very well could be the case. So what I would say to her, baby, you went about that the wrong way. Because to me, all it looked like was you just tried to aggravate him. And no, we don't know what happened behind closed doors, but it looked like he had his final straw, and you about almost got the business. So, if he's an abuser, that was not the best way to try and show the world that he is. Because from my vantage point, what you showed was he was fed the fuck up, and shit was about to get on and popping.
And you can tell he did that shit before. This is not his first time doing it. You can tell he's done that multiple times.
Of course, he was comfortable with that shit. Like, he was like, yeah, bitch, you used to this. You know what's up. I'll choke your motherfucking ass. What's up?
But did you notice at the end, he said she throwing a damn apple at me?
Yeah, that's what he said. He said something about throwing an apple at me. So that's probably something that we didn't get a chance to see because that was only the clip that we saw. So she probably threw an apple at the nigga. And then now they probably had to sit next to each other after he done threw the apple at her and have a conversation. And then she can get him riled up and talk all this motherfucking bullshit to him. Yeah, I'm gonna choke you, bitch. I'm gonna choke you.
I'm not saying that it's easy. Like, I don't know what it's like to be a person in a domestic, violence situation. So I'm not going to try and come from a place that, because I don't have an idea as to what it is. And I don't say that people, like, if you're unfortunate, if you're a person who's been in the situation, currently in the situation, no, it's not your fault. But I know that, and at least for this TV show, since we're not talking about necessarily other people, for this fucking TV show, bitch, you're on marriage boot camp. I'm gonna need you to start getting your marriage together and do the boot camp part as opposed to that there. So if you want sympathy from the viewing audience, where else you gonna go? You're sitting on a show with a fucking counselor. Like, there was other ways if you needed to talk about him beating your ass to do that. as opposed to throwing an apple in the face. Because I did hear him say she threw an apple in the face and something like that. But I got hit in the face. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can be 7 years old. I'm gonna beat your little ass.
Yep, I'm gonna fuck you up.